open script and I'ma read it right. Study to show thyself approved. You got to read it right. Everyday hell, I'm just trying to show eternal life. I'm just trying to show eternal life. This burning all at midnight. Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Line upon line, line upon line. Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Line upon line, make them understand doctrine.
They can hear me now? Mm-hmm. Peace, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Burning Midnight Oil. As always, it's a pleasure to sit before you, present the gospel. Here at Burning Midnight Oil, we give you 12 scriptures at midnight. Simple scriptures. Midnight on Friday evenings, the Sabbath. Just hoping that we can help you build a good foundation with the Bible. Try to keep it short. I don't know about short, but we definitely try to keep it simple and understandable. So last week we talked about what honor thy mother, thy father. Mm-hmm. So that comes from the Ten Commandments, and in the world that I live in the place where I live, there are a lot of murders. I live in Philadelphia. Those that don't know, and whenever you get more than 365 murders in a year, that means that's one person per day. There are very few cities in America that does that. Chicago being one. Philly is another, though. Philly has reached numbers 600. I'm guessing. And when I'm not saying I'm guessing, I'm not guessing. I'm going off of memory of looking at these things. I'm not looking at stats right now. But what I do know is Philly definitely is over that number. And what I see in my phone, where I get a message from like news break and stuff, and what I see daily, another murder here, another murder there, another murder here. Killing is very common where we live. So common that I can say in my neighborhood, we've probably had about, how long have we been over here?
Like 7 some. I mean, I've been here since 6th grade.
So about 7 years now, you saying? And I guess we haven't had that many, but we had that one boy that from Baltimore. You remember that one? Mm-hmm. I mean, we had the girl who killed her mom. That's pretty much it in our neighborhood, huh?
Yeah.
Since we've been over there, that we know of, murders that have been reported that we actually got to see. What about that time when your mom got pulled over by the police? Didn't they say they was looking for a murder suspect then?
I think that was the Baltimore one.
Oh, you saying that was? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, but places here, man, they get bad. And I'm sure in your town it's bad. And then, too, we got a lot of people, so that makes it easy to get the number up. You got places like Memphis. You got places like D.C., Maryland, where the concentration of people are there, and it's the number is still astronomical. I was looking at some statistics today, and I will pull them up and read them to you, but I don't even have to because I remember them. And that's mainly because my phone is... Do me a favor and go grab my phone out the other room. But I'm going to run them down a little bit off my memory. So the United States population of black people are 16%. So the United States is 16% black. Yet the murder for blacks, like the percentage of murders that happen, is like, I think the number was 40% or 50%, something to that effect. So meaning that we 16% of the population, but yet we like almost half the murders that take place. Meaning if everything is equal and we're killing like they're killing, then you couldn't find it, sir? Yeah, but don't worry about it. Maybe I don't even worry about it. But Peace to y'all too. That's watching. There was another stat that I pulled. Oh my goodness, I had pulled these stats and put them on my phone, and now I don't know where the heck my phone went. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, let me get that real quick. I'm sorry, y'all that's watching. Just give me a second. I do want to ramble off some of these numbers, though. So here was a number I wanted to run off because it's a saying that it's a saying one of my favorite rappers made where he said, they say it's the white man that I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. So so here's a number I want you to hear. United States crime statistics in 2015. So this is 10 years later, but it don't change. Blacks killed by whites, 2%. So that means the total of black people that was killed in 2015 by white people in America was 2%. And this is Crime Statistics Bureau. Blacks killed by police was 1%. So how we get all twisted over blacks, police violence on the blacks, but that's only 1%. Whites killed by police, 3%. So that means 3% of whites that's killed were by police. 1% of blacks that were killed were by police. 2% of blacks killed was by white people. So that means we got 100 black people lined up, and 2 of them was killed by whites. 2 was killed by 1 was killed by the police, 2 was killed by whites. Then it says whites killed by whites, 16%. Mm-hmm. So they killing themselves. If you line up 100 white people, 16 of them white people got killed by other white people. Mm-hmm. Whites killed by blacks, 81%. Blacks killed by blacks. What'd that say?
97%.
We killing ourselves, man. That's what we're doing. We're killing ourselves. We take guns and we shoot them. We've been doing this. We've been programmed to do this. We shoot them like it's not a permitted act. Like, there is no taking that back when you kill someone. That is not the answer. The Bible is teaching us to love, to eliminate the hate. Hate is the trigger. But we're going to learn some other triggers today that breeds that type of violence of hatred or that breeds murder. You know what I mean? We're going to read some people in the Bible that killed, that murdered, and we're going to see what their mentality was. Because that's what we're trying to understand. We're trying to understand what is the mentality of a killer. Now, look, we're not addressing psychopaths or what they call them, psychopaths. What's the other one? Sociopaths. Oh. We ain't addressing them type of people. Them people just devils. People just got out here killing for sport. I mean, we're not really qualifying them. Like, something been passed wrong with them. We talking about when people murder and they think they got a reason. You know what I mean? Like they they was disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the man. Ain't nobody gonna. I almost said the N-word. Ain't nobody about to be disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? And they say, you can pull out your gun and you shooting. You know what I'm saying? I'm from an era where we used to fight. I take that. You know what I'm saying? At least we know we all get to go back to our grandparents. We wasn't going to our parents because our parents weren't there. That's why we was out there fighting. Matthew chapter 24, verse 3 through 13. That's where we're going to start this at. And we're going to look at this next commandment. It's about murder. And it hurts me because you cannot get it back. Like I had a friend, classmate, Terrence Crawford. That's what his name was. I somebody who liked to recall the names of the dead. Like speak them back into existence. Not like we're going to resurrect them or something, but just to let you know they was here. And he was at a club one night with some buddies. And, hey, that's something too, man. Like, a lot of times you hear about murders and then you hear about innocent people dying and you hear about them being at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you really hear. And I'm like, yeah, but sometimes, man, you ain't got no business just being there. Like, the reason, like when I go back to my homeboy, Terrence, like, he was at a club, and it was a fight that broke out in the club, and then afterward, he got shot outside the club, like, after it was all over with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they, they just start shooting or what. I had another partner got shot like that, too. Well, not like that, but I'm saying, Another part, man, I guess when I start thinking about it, we start realizing that, we know people that done been killed. Man, I go home to Detroit. I asked my grandma and them, they ever find B.B. Smith? She stayed across the street. She turned up missing like Christmas Eve, maybe 2006. They still ain't found her. She dead. Like, man, we do it and we think it's a solution to our problems, but really you be the problem. Like your own self be the problem. It don't be the solution to the problem. Anyway, though, I'm going to say this. In Proverbs chapter 6, verse 16 through 19, the Bible talks about what the Lord hate. It's like 6 things that the Lord hate, but 7 are an abomination. And one of those things the Lord hate is hands that be swift to shed the innocent blood. Like, the Lord hates that, and he has punished us detrimentally for doing that. So anyway, let's get into the book. I left out one of my scriptures. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in here. But let's start this off, Matthew chapter 24, verse 3 through 13. And we're looking at, man, murder, man, the mentality, hatred. That's where it comes from. So Matthew chapter 4, verse 23 through 13. When you get there, go ahead.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
He's going to tell you what we're talking about. Go ahead.
And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
So what we're talking about here is the end time or the end of the world. And that's where we are now. We're at the end. It can get worse, but it's not. I mean, it's the advancement. I don't know how much more advancement we're going to make. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else we waiting on. But go ahead.
And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yes.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places.
What else?
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Yes.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted,
yes.
and shall kill you.
Yes.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
So he's talking about, in this case, this is people going to be getting killed for preaching the gospel. But notice, after you see the killing, you see, and you're going to be hated. Mm-hmm. Because this is the construct of the killer. He has hate in his heart. All right? That's one of the things that we're going to definitely learn today. Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Yeah.
And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
Yes.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right, and that's where we at, where the love of many have just waxed cold. Like, it's just such a level of hatred that you, man, like, just killing, man. Like, they pulled up on somebody the other day and just banged them out. They got it all on video. 2 cars pull up. This is somewhere in West Philly, North Philly, I don't know, just shooting up the car. Like, we crazy with this. Because here's the thing, man. If I stole something from you, mm-hmm. even if I stole something from you and it was disrespectful, like I came in your house and I took $20 million.
Okay.
Like, if you kill me, you ain't getting it back. But at least if you let me live, I can at least repay it. Mm-hmm. But the stealing, what I'm saying is, it can be repaid. Even if you lie, and lying is wrong, but you can say, oh, I was lying. You can recant that. Mm-hmm. Now, somebody might have billed off of that. You might have to go fix a whole bunch of other stuff, whatever. But you can recant that. There's 2 sins out there, I guess 3, that you really can't take back. Number 1 is the blasphemy of the Holy Ghost. We understand that. You just can't. I'm sorry. You do that one, man. That's bad. But then the other 2 is when you commit adultery, mm-hmm. you just can't take it back.
Yeah.
If you steal, we can give it back. Even if you eat some pork, man, it's going to go out the stomach, man. Like, I mean, you can't take it back, but I mean, it don't have to stay with you forever. But adultery and murder, you kill somebody, man, ain't no coming back. Fornication, rapes, stuff like that fall under adultery. I need you to understand that. But it's basically that and murder. You can't take it back when you kill somebody. And so you're going to have to pay. And we looking at it and he's saying, they're going to deliver you up to be afflicted and should kill you and you should be hated of all men. Let's go to the commandments. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. for the gospel's sake. That's what that say there. Then it said later, the love of many gonna wax cold, and that's what we are now. And, you know, I was talking to my kids about this today. And, you know, we don't have no lesson about it because, and when I say we don't have no lesson about it, like, you know, when you go through the archives of our teachings, nobody really does a thou shalt not kill lesson. And I'm not saying it's never been done. I just don't see it, and maybe not often. Main reason why is because everybody know you ain't supposed to kill. But for the life of me, I don't understand why we're constantly doing it. Like that's the answer for us, to kill. I was talking to them, and we was talking about this lady, and she was talking about her child being 9 years old, and somebody did something to her side, to her child, give me the 30 years. Like that's how we look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's just gonna be some time with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so if the time worth it, then it's worth it. Sometimes we don't even think like that. But anyway, Exodus chapter 20, verse 30. When you get there, go ahead.
20 verse 30?
Exodus chapter 20, verse 13. Sorry. Well, you should have known. We was only going to this one verse. Come on, man. You want to see my paper? There you go, sorry.
Thou shalt not kill.
That's it?
Yeah, you said one verse.
Oh, yeah. Read 12.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill. Right,
so the first commandment that comes when it's talking about you dealing with your neighbor is honor your mother and your father. The next one is thou shalt not kill. Then it's thou shalt not commit adultery. Like, it's sweet. You can't take those back. Then thou shalt not steal, bear false witness, and then thou shalt not covet, which we're going to even learn today, that could actually take you to murder. But anyway, Genesis chapter 4, verse chapter 4. So we're going to go look at the first murder that we find in the Bible. So in Philadelphia, saw a significant decrease in homicide rate, 2024, recording the lowest number of murders in a decade. While this is positive progress, it is important to remember that each homicide represents a tragic loss of life. Here are some key points about murder in Philadelphia. Decreased in 2024. As of December 31st, 2024, there were, 266 homicides in Philadelphia. Bruh, that gotta be the first time we've been up under 365 around here, which is the lowest year-to-date amount since 2014. This represents a decrease of about 40% from the previous year. Previous years, Philadelphia experienced a surge in homicides in recent years with 559 murders in 2021. However, the city has been working to address this issue and has seen a steady decline in violent crime. Gun violence. Okay, so it's this, because I typed up murder in Philadelphia because I wanted the number on it. So praise God, we lost less people last year. You know what I mean? Dang, like we praising God, we lost less. Anyway, so the commandment says, thou shalt not kill. Let's go to Genesis chapter 4, verse 1 through 16, and we're going to look at the first murder that took place here in the Bible. And yeah, we know that it says that Satan was a murderer from the beginning, but we're talking about man on man. Go ahead, verse 1.
And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord.
Yes.
And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Right.
And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Yeah.
But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect.
Okay. You know what? You want to know something?
What's up?
Respect is in the Bible.
Yeah, it is. So you were wrong.
Yeah, but like, hold on. I was wrong. We're going to have to, I'm sorry, y'all. We had to take a brief moment so we could find how many times respect is in the Bible, because I'll tell you in a minute, that word ain't even in the Bible. And it really is. Ooh, yeah, it's in there a couple times.
1, 2,
38
3,
times?
4. Oh, so yes.
But disrespect ain't in the Bible. No, disrespect not in the Bible.
No.
Yeah.
No, but we was talking about respect your elders, or respect your to honor means respect.
I stand corrected. And thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the, yeah. Mm-hmm. You should not respect persons and judgments. All right, well, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that.
You were super wrong. My fault.
You like that, huh?
No.
You do. You all laughing and stuff?
No. My fault.
We stand corrected.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, the point was we broke down what respect was, though. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's not like we was just wrong teaching.
Yeah, no,
it's just
you broke it, yeah.
Yeah. Leave me alone. Back to the Bible, man. Okay. So we go. So the Lord had respect. Okay. So, but unto Cain and to his offerings he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. So Cain and Abel. Mm-hmm. So the Lord liked Abel's sacrifice, but he didn't like Cain's sacrifice. Right. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you could just go do a better sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right.
The next time.
Yeah. You could admit your flaw. I messed this up. I can do better the next time. Okay. But what ended up happening was, and Cain was wroth or angry with his brother. Now we understand we've been teaching that anger rests in the bosom of fools. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over thee. Uh-huh. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him.
Right, so he hated his brother. He mad at his brother because of what his brother did better than him. Mm-hmm. So what we really got there is some envy. And so they chopped it up, and he killed him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? Mm-hmm. And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth from unto me from
and
the
it's not
ground.
That he actually hear the blood. He's saying your brother's blood, it's been spilled. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And now art thou cursed from the earth, which have opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
And these murders put a curse on the earth. That's what it do. And I mean, even if you think of it from a practical perspective, man, like, let's take Strawberry Mansion here in Philly, mm-hmm. Kensington. We take those two areas, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because Kensington be having some murders over there, too. And look how desolate and how, like, just cursed. Just think about Kensington.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, you can Google Kensington. You know what I'm saying? You can look it up on YouTube, but just look at it. The land is cursed. It's desolate over there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's where the murders go down. It's just something to think about. Go ahead, keep reading.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me.
Yeah.
And the Lord said unto him.
Another note, too, when you look at this. So if he's saying everybody that find me should slay me, then what we can really recognize is by the time Cain wrote this, it wasn't just Cain and Abel. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or by the time this took place, it wasn't just Cain and Abel. It was other people. A lot of people like to ask the question, where did Cain get his wife from? From his sister. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, we seeing as other people here, if this is his statement that, hey, he like, and Cain said, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. You know what I mean? And that's also what we find the punishment for death or murder is. And I use the word murder, and we'll understand that a little later as we continue in our reading. Let's go to Matthew chapter 5 now. So Matthew chapter 5 is the heart of what we are trying to convey to you today. Matthew 5 and 1 John. These are going to be the heart of what we're trying to get you to understand, which is get the hate out of you. That part, and then like we're going to look at the mentality of these people that kill, like what was going on in their head, because you need to eliminate that stuff in you. Matthew chapter 5, verse 21 through 26. And when you get there, go ahead and read, or we need to eliminate it in us. Matthew chapter 5, 21 through 26. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill.
Right, so we read that, thou shalt not kill. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment.
And we'll see that in a little bit. Go ahead.
But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Nah, when you look at Cain and Abel, Cain was angry with his brother without a cause. You like, but it just said that the Lord had respect unto Abel's sacrifice and not unto Cain's. Nah, that don't give you no cause to be angry. He ain't do nothing to you. That's what we talking about. If ain't nobody did nothing to you, then why is you angry with them? Go ahead.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thy fool, or thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
Right. So for you to say, thou fool, or even for you to say, Raka, and do you know what Raka means?
No, I have not.
All right, so let's go find out what Raka means. Definition. From Bible. Yeah, we're using the chat GPT thing now. That's like we don't ask Google no more. We gotta ask the AI. All right, so what they telling us? Oh my. Raka. The word Raka appears in the Bible, specifically in Matthew 5:22. Its meaning is debated. It is a term contempt or scorn. However, the exact nuisance is unclear because it's transliterated from Arabic and its precise meaning is lost in time. Oh, really? Raka is answerable. Okay, but so basically they saying they don't know exactly what Raka means. That's speaking in tongue, but what I will say is, it says, whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire. Like, it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, and it's all coming stemming from how you thinking about your brother. All right, keep reading.
Therefore, if thou bring thy gift to the altar.
Man, we have a real problem with this. If you're going to bring your gift to the altar, you coming to the Lord. Go ahead.
And there rememberest that thy brother have aught against thee.
And you know that your brother got an issue with you. So he got an issue with you. You ain't even did nothing to you. But he got an issue with you. Go ahead.
Leave there thy gift before the altar and go thy way. First be reconciled to thy brother, and then come and offer thy gift.
The Lord said, man, I don't even want you bringing it to me. Reconcile yourself with your brother. Get yourself straight with your brother. Then you can come and get your gift. Or even look at your prayers. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that or our debts. That's something that you do against a person. All right, keep reading though.
Agree with thine adversary quickly, while thou art in the way with him.
So what he's saying is, man, try to solve your problems. Agree with your adversary quickly. Go ahead.
Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
Because at the end of the day, here's what verse 25 telling you: you could be wrong. So get the problem straight with your adversary. You could be wrong. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt by no means come out thence till thou hast paid the utmost farthing.
And if you wrong, then you gonna pay. So go ahead and get it taken care of now. That's what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like that's what that scripture is saying. Because this is gonna eliminate any further problem. Like, we can get this straight, we ain't gonna have no problem no more. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 19. And with no problem, then, hey, you ain't gotta worry, you ain't gotta be looking out, watching your back. Keeping your head on the swivel, as they say. So again, we're looking at the mentality, murder, the mentality of hateful men. Because that's what really calls murder, hateful men. So let's go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 14 through 18. When you get there, go ahead.
Thou shalt not curse the death.
All right, so again, like, to curse the death is an act of hatred. Mm-hmm. You gonna curse, like, the deaf? You can't even hear. Like, this is the funniest commandment to me. But again, and I say this a lot, because I used to do that junk to my great-grandma. She couldn't hear. We'd be talking junk to her. We was little kids, dog. We was still wrong. We was little kids, dog. And, like, we'll say something, what y'all say? Then we'll be there saying something, little stupid junk. But it's wrong, though. You're not supposed to curse the deaf. And then who does this next one? Go ahead.
Nor put a stumbling block before the blind.
Man, nor put a stumbling block before the blind. I'm going to tell you something. I take these commandments two ways. I take them literal, but then I also take them in the spiritual sense. Like putting a stumbling block before the blind, like your neighbor is the blind. Mm-hmm. She don't know the way to salvation. So then you don't need to be no stumbling block to her. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So we can look at it more than just one way. But go ahead.
but shall fear thy God. I'm the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Ye shall do no unrighteous in judgment.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor.
Yeah.
Nor honor the person of the mighty.
Now, you know I read all this before the lesson, so I knew that respect was going to pull up. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Thou shalt not go up and down as a terror-bearer among thy people.
Yes.
Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I'm the Lord.
So he's saying you're not supposed to be doing no harm to your neighbor. This is a commandment of God. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
And then he said, and don't hate thy brother in thy heart. So what happens if your brother do something that you don't like? Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
What was that jailer that said it today? Like, wasn't that jailer was like, well, you know, the one commandment out there is do unto, because we were talking about that rape. Whew. So anyway, he said, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. So that's the rule. You supposed to be, like, if you got an issue with your neighbor, then it should mean that they did something inaccurate. They did something wrong. And I don't just mean your next door neighbor. I mean, even the people at your church or the people on your job or whatever. I mean, they should have did something wrong. And instead of hating them and letting that fester into you, because we know that the Bible says anger rests or sits in the bosom of fools. What it does is sit there and it causes, like, you just hate. You hate day one. See, day one hatred might be like, I don't want to sit next to you. Day two hatred might be like, hey, that Negro stink. He don't even stink. You lying on him. Day three hatred might be like, man, forget him and his car. And you go out there and slash his tire. He's still walking around with a smile on his face. Day four hatred might be, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing him dead. You see what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to let that hatred go. Like, if you, like, because it's festering, it's a cancer to you. You know, and next thing you what do you say? Empty-headed, worthless, or vain fellow. That's what they say in rock, I mean.
Okay.
I mean, cool. It's really, at the end of the day, we still seeing, and that's the thing about the Bible, like, you know, it's clear enough. It's still showing you, don't be fool and empty-headed ain't no different. You know what I mean? And you don't need to be, like, on that with people. Like, if people dumb, if that's how you feel, that somebody's stupid, then that's what they are. They're just stupid. Everybody ain't as smart as you. You know, going back to the other scripture, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't as smart as you. You thank God you ain't the dumb one then. You know what I mean? But then you got to act accordingly, though. Meaning, if somebody is stupid, then, like, why would you expect them to do smart things? Why would you entrust in them things of wisdom? You see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So therefore, you putting yourself in a situation that you're going to end up hating them because they're not going to do what you want to. Like, so I'm just saying, it doesn't make sense. So at the end of the day, you know, we don't want to have thoughts in our mind that people are, you know, that we don't want to be, oh, you so dumb. Like, let it go. So anyway, but here back in Leviticus chapter 19, and I appreciate that, love thy neighbor. Yeah, love thy neighbor has no name. I love when people get on YouTube and be unanimous. That's what we call that. That's unanimous. Yeah, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge. So that's the other thing, man. Don't be avenging nor bearing a grudge against the people of our children. Like you got to have a level of forgiveness. Maybe this will help you. The same mercy that you give out is the mercy that you're going to receive. And I'll give you where I get that from. Blessed are the merciful, so they shall obtain mercy. So maybe that helps you. Let's go to Numbers chapter 35 now. Numbers chapter 35. Like I say, this one of them, we got a little bit to read though, but it's one of them topics where, like, we don't hit it that much because we don't talk about it, but it ain't the murder that we own. It's the mentality of the murderer, and that we can share. Some of us out here, we ain't got no bodies. Hopefully, most of us don't have none. Because if you do, ain't no statute of limitation on what are you doing?
Body, my house is
This new generation, man, I don't know what to do with them, man. Anyway, man, hopefully you do know that there is no statute of limitation on murder. So if you murdered somebody 50 years ago, you know you can still go to prison for that. I'm just letting you know. So Numbers chapter 30. Yes, there's no statute of limitation on murder, bro.
Dang.
So whenever they find out who killed Tupac Shakur, if they find out who killed John F. Kennedy, and he's still alive, and it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald, you get what I'm saying? Yep, they're going to put him on trial for murder. Yes, there's no statute of limitation on murder. I don't know, maybe even rape, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can figure that one out because that would make sense to me. But other stuff is a statute of limitation. Like if I stole something like 40 years ago, it's too bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and admit, when about 40 years ago when I was a kid, we ran up in the store. We took all kind of now-laters. Numbers chapter 35. Let's pick it up verse 1. When you get there, go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses.
Verse 9.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person at unaware.
All right, so killing might happen. So what the Lord is saying, when you get to y'all promised land, when you get to where you're going, I'm going to have a set up place so that when somebody kills somebody unaware, they got somewhere to go. Because if somebody killed you and they did it by accident, I'm going to still want to kill them.
Oh, okay.
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to have that level of hatred. That's really the thing. I'm going to hate you so much. I'm going to be so mad, so angry that I'm going to want to. So it would be wise. And then I got to look at you every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You living your good old life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my bad. Every day you see me, my bad. I ain't mean to kill your son. You know what I mean? Like, I know you didn't. So he's saying, I'm going to put a city of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person unaware. Go ahead.
And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not until he stand before the congregation in judgment.
No, so he's saying, well, they're going to send him out there, number one, so he can be judged on the situation. Go ahead.
And of these cities which ye shall give, 6 cities shall ye have for refuge.
Yes.
Ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge.
Go ahead.
These 6 cities shall be a refuge, both for the children of Israel, and for the stranger, and for the sojourner among them, that everyone that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he die, he is a murderer.
That's like a gun or a knife. He is a murderer. So now, and that's the thing, thou shalt not kill is accurate. But David was killing.
Yeah.
So it's not just about killing. If that's the case, you can't kill a bug.
Yeah.
He said, no, thou shalt not murder. So that he die, he is a murderer. If a man smite him with the instrument of iron so that he die, he is a murderer. Go ahead.
The murderer shall surely be put to death.
Yeah.
And if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death.
Well.
Or if he smite him with an hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death.
Make sure we cover everything. Keep reading.
The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer.
So he's saying the revenger get to slay the murderer. Oh, wow. Ooh, dang, go ahead.
When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. But if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by laying of weight, that he die, or in enmity smite him with his hand, that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death. For he is a murderer. The revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him.
Go ahead.
But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone, wherewith the man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him, that he died, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm.
Right, so he's saying if it was a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he's saying. Go ahead.
Then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments.
Yes.
And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood.
Right.
And the congregation shall restore him to the cities of his refuge, whether he was fled, and he shall abide in it unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with the holy oil.
Yes.
But if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whether he was fled, and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood.
Dang. So what he's saying is, You might want to stay over there. That's what he's saying. Yeah. If it was on purpose, if it was on accident. Because if it was on accident, and you come back over here, ooh, that's gruesome. You just what murder, death, kill. Go ahead. Though.
Because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. So these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generations and all your dwellings. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death. And ye shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest.
Go ahead.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defiled the land.
You see that? He's saying blood defiled the land, man. And it do. Go ahead.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Man, that's why the Lord got to come back and cause a sacrifice on this earth, because we got way too much bloodshed. Way too much. Like, we didn't, man, that number is ridiculous stupid. Go ahead.
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit it, wherein I dwell, for I, the Lord, dwell among the children of Israel.
That's deep. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 1, 8 through 10. We got a couple stories. We ain't got a whole lot today. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8 through 10. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8 through 10. And when you get there, go ahead, bro.
But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully.
Right. So the law is good. When he's telling you thou shalt not kill is good as long as you use it lawfully. Go ahead.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
That's why we don't talk about thou shalt not kill that much around here, because the law ain't made for the righteous. Meaning the righteous man don't need to know thou shalt not kill. He don't kill.
Yeah.
But it's not about, see, here's the thing. So you have never killed nobody, right? No, anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. Oh, okay. No. Seriously, you ain't never killed nobody. So we ain't gotta talk. I've never had to talk to you about it, right? But you never had a reason to want to kill. Like nobody's ever done anything to your mama or your sisters, not since you've been alive. Nobody's never broken in your home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and invading your privacy like that. Then ain't nobody ever slept with your girl. Nope. That's the reason people, like, meaning, and when I start saying stuff like that, killing come from hatred. Or either that or fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're afraid they're going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? We're not even talking about, we're talking about murdering.
Yeah.
We're talking about going out to kill somebody. You thought about this, premeditated. So that means you have to feel a certain type of way. You know what I mean? To do so. So he's saying that the law ain't necessarily needed for somebody that's keeping the law. But the part of the law that's needed is don't hate your brother. That part is going to keep you from going to that level where you wish something would happen to somebody. Or that you wish to do it yourself. All right? Keep reading. You smell bologna in here? I smell bologna in here. That's all right. Go ahead. Finish that up.
That the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers.
Right, so he's saying that the law is made for them. Manslayers, murderers of mothers, murderers of fathers. Go ahead.
For whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind.
For adulterers, for homosexuals. That's what that's what the law was made for. Go ahead.
For men stealers.
Yeah.
For liars.
Yeah.
For perjured persons. And if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine.
Yeah.
According to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust.
That's good. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 21. So we're gonna look at this murder. We're gonna look at 3 murders. And then we're gonna go look at some. We got 3 murders to look at, and then we're gonna look at one script besides that, and then one last script. So we're gonna look at 3 murders though. 1 Kings chapter 21, verse 1 through 14. And we're gonna analyze the mindset of this killing. 1 Kings chapter 21, verse 1 through 14. And when you get there, go ahead and read.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard.
What's the R in there? Jezreel.
Yeah, Jezreelite. And had a vineyard which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria.
Yeah.
And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, Give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near to my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. Or, if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money.
So immediately already Ahab wrong. Because Ahab, you ain't supposed to be trying to take this man vineyard. You know this is family inheritance. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
And Naboth said to Ahab, the Lord forbid me that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee.
Yes.
And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he has said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my fathers. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face and would eat no bread.
Go ahead.
But
Jezebel,
his wife, came to him and said unto him, Why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread?
Right, so he a little tight. He disappointed. I don't know if he's mad yet, but he feel a certain type of way, as we might say today. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's feeling himself. Yeah. Right? So then here come his wife, but Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him, Why is thy spirit so sad that thou don't eat no bread? Go ahead.
And he said unto her, Because I spake unto Naboth the Jezreelite, and said unto him, Give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard.
Yes.
And Jezebel his wife said unto him, Dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread.
So Jezebel coming, and she like, Ain't you the king? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Arise and eat bread, and let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. Mm-hmm. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name, and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, dwelling with Naboth. And she wrote in the letter, saying, Proclaim a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people, and set 2 men, sons of Belial, before him, to bear witness against him, saying, Thou didst blaspheme God and the king, and then carry him out and stone him that he may die.
Yeah.
And the men of his city, even the elders and the nobles who were the inhabitants of his city.
So we're saying all kind of sins going on. He coveted. Uh-huh. She coming in, basically, in her arrogance, playing on his pride and arrogance. Now they lying.
Yep.
All this take place now. This the mentality of a killer. Go ahead.
Were in the inhabitants of his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them, and as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them. They proclaimed a fast, and set Naboth on high among the people. And there came in 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And the men of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth did blaspheme God and the king.
So they just lying.
Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones that he died.
Man, so you see that his greed and their arrogance, also they envy. Let's go look at Proverbs chapter 27, verse 4. They envy. If you wanted something that didn't belong to you. That's what envy is. That's what envy is. We're going to look that word up in a minute. Proverbs chapter 27 and verse 4. And read that verse.
Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous.
Right, so he's saying wrath is cruel. Anger is even outrageous. Like when you angry, it's outrageous. The rage that we see is crazy. Read that verse again.
Wrath is cruel, and anger is outrageous.
Yes.
But who is able to stand before envy?
But who can stand before envy? So here's what envy is. Envy, a feeling of discontented or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possessions, qualities, or luck. She felt a twinge of envy for the people on board. So here's some words for envy. Mm-hmm. Jealousy, which we're going to eliminate that one. Yeah. Because we got a better definition of jealousy. Jealousy is when you're jealous about something that belongs to you. Mm-hmm. All right? Envy is, how you going to give me similar words, envy and envy? Is covetousness. Thou shalt not covet. Desire. Resentful, bitterness. Yeah, they're not doing a great job with these, I'll tell you that. But meaning they could go better than that. But again, envy is really when you desire something that doesn't belong to you and you feel a certain type of way. That's the new word, right? You feel hateful. You feel, you despise this person because what they got and you want it.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect example of that in that particular story. All right. Now, also go to chapter 14 and read verse 27 through 23. Go ahead. I'm just trying to make sure there's nobody leave no food in here. I smell a doggone sandwich. All right, go ahead, bro.
14.
27 through 30.
The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death.
Yes.
In the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding.
So when you slow to wrath, you a great understanding. Go ahead.
But he that is hasty of spirit exalted folly.
Man, but when you hasty in spirit, you going to show folly. Like when you quick, and like the movie's going to show you that.
Yeah.
Like when I say the movie show you that, like, because it's easy in the movies, we're not going to put the gun down, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's easy in the movies. You know what I mean? Like, and we going to think this through. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it goes. But I'm saying they be right, though. All right? But go ahead.
A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bone.
Right. He say envy is the rottenness of the bone. Like if your bones is rotten, that means that part is no good. That's disgusting. If your bones is rotten. Just imagine if this bone right here was rotten. You can't use it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a cancer. So envy is like that. It's a rottenness to the bone. Let's go look. And we saw what envy did in the case of
Ahab.
No, but it wasn't Ahab who died.
And Naboth. Yeah,
Naboth, right. We see what envy did to him. All right, now let's go to 2 Samuel. Yeah, one more story after that. But both of these stories, they cool, man. We burning out oil, though. We getting some reading in it. 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 1 through 25. 2 Samuel, chapter 11, verse 1. And that's one of the benefits of doing just 12 scriptures, that we get to read whole chapters sometimes. 2 Samuel, verse 11, verse 1 through 25. Oh, that's practically the whole chapter. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rehoboth. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an evening tide that David rose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David...
Just the backstory. So David, he looking out, he's seeing, like, and she know that he can see her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she ain't guiltless either. I can tell you that now. Ain't no woman know. Everybody know where David live. David, good looking man too. Everybody know where he at. You know what I mean? So anyway, keep reading though.
And David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, "Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lied with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness. And she returned into her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, "I am with child." And David sent to Joab, saying, "Send me Uriah the Hittite." And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, "Go down to thy house."
So he done already laid with the wife. So now, you know what I mean? And that ain't even the key part. And the woman conceived and told David, "I'm with child." So now David, like, got a little pride now. He got a little shame because he don't want, you know what I mean? This another man's wife. And David know the rules too. And at the end of the day, guess what? David want the girl.
Yeah.
So he covered it. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, we looking at greed. You know what I mean? You want something somebody else got. Envy.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. What verse?
8. And David said to Uriah, "Go down to thy house and wash thy feet." And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down into his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then doest thou not go down into thy house?
So I'm going to tell you something that I'm gathering from both of these stories. Live as far away from the king as possible.
Yeah.
Like, dang, you got two dudes that live by the king, and it's like, bro, y'all ain't got a chance. But go ahead, keep reading.
And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house?
So David is trying to get my man to sleep with his wife. Because they going to lie about it and be like, that's your child.
Yeah.
That's bogus, ain't it? That's some old TV stuff. That's some old Jerry Springer and, like, I'm serious, but I'm saying that just lets you know this stuff ain't new. Ecclesiastes is going to tell you there's nothing new under the sun. This stuff been going on. Keep reading.
My lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open field. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As thou livest and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. And David said to Uriah, Tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow.
Go ahead.
And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And that evening he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his lord, but went not down to his house.
In the meantime, he's snaking him, though. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even be surprised if he's still sleeping with his wife. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely snaking him right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's getting him lit. You know what I'm saying? He'll try to do everything to this dude because David really don't want to kill him. You know what I mean? Keep going.
And it came to pass in
But
the
I'm going to
morning.
tell you, every time you hating him more and more. Every time he ain't doing it the way you wanted to do. Like you despising him now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's happening. And I'm saying that because when you despise somebody, man, you got to get over that. Otherwise, it's going to continue to fester. Go ahead.
And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter, saying, Set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die.
Bruh, he sent the letter by Uriah.
Yeah, like that's
to kill Uriah. Read the letter, Uriah. Read the letter, man. Be a little nosy, bruh. Like, maybe you could have saved your life, but I doubt it. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that vigilant men were. And the men of the
Valiant.
that valiant men were. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war.
That's good. So we just wanted to build to the murder. And we saw this murder was both murders was a setup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, Ahab didn't pull the trigger, David didn't pull the trigger. You know what I mean? And we see stuff like that in real life. Where, it don't necessarily be the person that got the issue that's pulling the trigger, trying to get away with stuff. You know what I mean? Paying people to do murders and kills and all, like, because people once you start hating, man, you start planning. You trying to figure out how to get away with it.
Yeah.
Like how it wasn't you. You know what I mean? Anyway, because you know you wrong. That be the thing, because you know you wrong. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 13. Now we're gonna look at another murder that really is a result of the first murder. And what I mean by as a result, so what ended up happening in that story with David, and he killed Uriah, right? Well, the Lord told him a little later, like, bro, the sword ain't gonna never leave your house. Basically, you reap what you sow. So but God is so cold with his judgment. David, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna kill one of your sons. So this will end up happening. And then I'm gonna have another son, he gonna be out there trying to kill you. But that's in the story afterward. So now we're gonna look at Ammon, and this is David's son. And David's son actually his name David's son Ammon, slept with his sister Tamar, right? And that what she was, Tamar? All right. Tamar got another brother named Absalom. So Ammon with his dumb butt, like he went and got some dumb counsel, all that. So now Ammon want revenge. All right. So let's pick this up in verse 21, right? And we're looking at the mentality of killers or murderers. Go ahead.
But when King David heard of all these things, he was very wroth. And Absalom spake unto his brother Ammon, neither good nor bad, for Absalom hated Ammon.
See, so and this is afterward. And again, we seeing that this hatred where it leads to. This is the point of us doing this today. Like hatred is gonna take you to a place where you will see. Let me tell you something I learned about sin, man. Most of the time, you don't commit sin because it ain't feasible. It ain't like like let's say, oh, you infatuated with Beyonce, bro. You're never gonna see Beyonce. That's the reason why you're never gonna sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? Because you're never gonna be 10 feet within her. But if you could be, even though that's somebody else's wife, you get what I'm saying? So the reason why a lot of times we don't do stuff is not because you don't want to do it. It's because it ain't possible. So, like, but God is judging the mind. So, like, what we're trying to say is hatred, the hatred is equal whether you kill or not. Yeah. It's still hatred. That's really what we're getting at. All right? So go ahead and read verse 21.
But when King David heard of all these things, he was very wroth. And Absalom spake unto his brother Ammon, neither good nor bad, for Absalom hated Ammon, because he had forced his sister Tamar. And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom...
So he sat on this hatred for 2 years. So that means he done sat there plot. Maybe if we could have solved this problem day 1, day 2, you let 700 some days go by where you hating your brother. All right, go ahead.
And it came to pass after 2 full years that Absalom had sheep shearers in Hazor or Hazor,
whatever.
Okay, which is beside Ephraim. And Absalom invited all the king's sons. And Absalom came to the king and said, Behold, now thy servant had sheep shearers. Let the king, I beseech thee, and his servants go with thy servant. And the king said to Absalom, Nay, my son, let us not all now go, lest we be chargeable unto thee. And he pressed him, howbeit he would not go, but blessed him. Then said Absalom, If not, I pray thee, let my brother Ammon go with us. And the king said unto him, Why should he go with thee?
Like he had a little, like he was a little suspect. Why he going? But it's been 2 years though. And meantime, Absalom still got that hatred in him.
Yeah.
Ammon probably ain't even thinking about it no more. You get what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like 2 years. So Ammon and Tamar. So like every time he seeing Tamar, Absalom, he get more and more mad. You know who he is. Just saying. Go ahead.
But Absalom pressed him that he let Ammon and all the king's sons go with him. Now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, Mark ye now when Ammon's heart is merry with wine. And when I say unto you, smite Ammon, then kill him. Fear not, have I not commanded you? Be courageous and be vigilant.
Look, valiant.
Oh, valiant. I'm sorry. Valiant.
Did somebody else just do that today?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
That's what I mean.
So, look. So now Absalom had commanded his servants, saying, Mark ye now when Ammon's heart is merry. So notice how it's always like a setup.
Yes.
Like even when we go back to the other murder with Simeon and Levi, like they had to wait till these boys when they got circumcised. Like it's always but it's always some kind of setup. It ain't even just like a straight up like
duel or something.
Yeah, like let's so you gonna rape my sister? All right, let's scrap up. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, it don't even be like that. It's like the victim sometimes don't even know they about to be the victim. And that's what's sad about it. You didn't give me an opportunity to even defend myself. Even though, we could justifiably say, Ammon, we might feel like he should be dead because he raped his sister. Although his sister said, you need to take this to the king. Marry me. That's what the sister, so if that's what would have happened, then, you know what I mean? So we could say Ammon kind of brought this on himself too, but still, it don't justify murder. Go ahead.
29.
Yeah.
And the servants of Absalom did unto Ammon as Absalom had commanded. Then all the king's sons arose, and every man got him up upon his mule and fled. And it came to pass, while they were in the way, that tidings came to David, saying, Absalom hath slain all the king's sons, and there is not one of them left.
Man, so he was like, they done killed everybody. We talked about this. There's a reason why they doing this. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
Then the king arose and tore his garments and lay on the earth, and all his servants stood by with their clothes rent. And Jonadab, the son of Shema, David's brother, answered and said, "Let not my lord suppose that they have slain all the young men, the king's sons. For Ammon only is dead."
So he was like, no. They didn't kill everybody. Only Ammon dead. Because they was trying to... Go ahead.
For by the appointment of Absalom, this have been determined from the day that he forced his sister Tamar.
So like he telling them, hey, since that time when he raped her, like, bruh, like he been wanting his get back.
Yeah.
2 years he waited. I'm just so, and again, this is about that hatred. He hated him. Mm-hmm. Esau hated Jacob. His mama said, "Get up out of here.
Yeah, you gotta go.
You got to go." Yeah. Go ahead, keep reading.
33.
They hated Stephen. You know when they stoned Stephen?
Yeah, when they stoned him. Yep.
You see, but I'm just trying to show. And again, time won't permit me to just. I mean, time could for me. You want to do another hour?
Another hour? No.
No. Are you turning down the opportunity to preach the gospel for another hour? Oh my! Go ahead and read, bro.
Now, therefore, let not my lord the king take the thing to his heart.
So he telling them, like, "Hey man, don't take it to heart, man. Like he been mad. Like don't like what you think. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know he was mad. Go ahead.
To think that all the king's sons are dead, for Ammon only is dead.
Right.
But Absalom fled, and the young man that kept the watch lifted up his eyes.
All right, that's good. Let's go to our last scripture, 1 John chapter 3. I know you're glad. We ain't gonna do this for another hour. But it's a lot of murders in the Bible, though. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot more written about it. Like even Paul talk about murderers don't get into the kingdom. Like this can't be on your record, brothers and sisters. But it ain't about the murder, though. Go back to Matthew chapter 5. It's about the hatred. You have got to learn how to not hate. Let's read this, man. Let the Bible do it. 1 John chapter 3. 1 John chapter 3, verse 9 through 18. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Whosoever is born of God does not commit sin.
Yeah.
For his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God.
That's our objective, to be born of God, that we not sinning. Go ahead.
In this, the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil.
So he's saying, but you can see who a child of God is or a child of the devil by their works. Go ahead.
Whoso doeth not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loveth not his brother.
Right. So he said, if you don't love your brother, then you not of God. Mm-hmm. And again, we saw what it say. If your brother do you wrong, you go over there, you holler at him so you don't suffer sin upon him.
Yeah.
You don't go and kill him though.
No.
It didn't say do that. He owe you $15. Oh, you gonna go kill him. Because you've been disrespected. Keep reading.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning.
He can't pay you back then. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, so you do.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. Go ahead.
For this is the message that ye have heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother.
Right, he said we supposed to love one another. Not like Cain. He was the wicked one. He slew his brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works was evil and his brother's righteous.
No, he was like, he did this because his brother's work was righteous and his was evil. Mm-hmm. Like, dang, he could have just fixed his own work. Go ahead.
Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you.
Yeah.
We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. Hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us. So
instead of killing, you supposed to be laying down your life for others. So that means when it go bad, then you supposed to be like Ice Cube used to say in one of his songs, live and let live. Like that's the rule. Live and let live, man. You know what I mean? Because that stuff come back on you. It's just like I was watching your boy King Von. You remember him?
Yeah.
All right. And he was talking about the violence that was going on in Chicago. And he basically saying, we don't know no other way. I'm going to kill you. One of your people going to kill me. Then one of my people going to kill you. We're going to do this till everybody gone. Yeah. This is what happens when you kill. And it all festers from hatred, because I hate it because you disrespected me. Because you hollering at my girl. That ain't your girl. If you can take my girl, bro, then that's your girl. She ain't my girl. Yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm sorry. That's how it go, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like what you know, when they say, you know the roots of the game, your woman chose me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry. Go find another one. There's more women out here than men. How about that? So therefore, it should be one out there for you. You know, again, man, the origin that we finding is hatred, and then you see pride, you see envy, covetousness, big time covetousness, and think about it, man, somebody stealing somebody's car and go rob them and kill them. You know what I mean? Like, dang, they worked hard for it. You go work for it. And then really you live that life, man. You live by the sword, you're gonna die by it. What verse we at?
16.
Go ahead.
Hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us.
I'm glad we got back to the book, right? So the reality is when you can turn the other cheek, when you can say, I'm not going to take vengeance, that's like you laying down your life. That hurts you. Like you done did something to me, you done did something to my family, you made me mad. I'm angry with you. You know what I mean? I don't even want good. I want you to go to prison. You go in, you kill my daughters or rape my daughters or something. I really want you under the prison. I want you dead. I'm gonna say that. I want you dead. But at the end of the day, I gotta like you see it. You have to learn how to forgive, man. That's what you gotta learn how to forgive. Like you gotta learn how to be bigger than the situation and see the situation from the outside looking in. Now, it sound good, because if you you touch one of mine, you know what I mean? Like that's the mentality that we have. But he's telling you, he's like, man, he's like, but whoso have the world's good. I mean, no, he says, hereby perceive we the love of God, because he laid down his life for us. Like he laid down his life, not just for his friends, he laid down his life for the whole world. But go ahead, keep reading.
And we ought to lie down our lives for the brethren.
Yep.
But whoso have this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him?
Go ahead.
My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
Man, in deed and in truth. So look here, brothers and sisters, I hope y'all learned something today. A little different topic. But really at the end of the day, man, get the hate out of you. You know what I'm saying? Don't be no hater. You know what I mean? Yeah, don't be no hater. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, I hope y'all got some understanding in Jesus' name. And I am going to check these out. But I'm going to leave you what we always leave you with. Again, I thank you for your time. And remember, one man plants, and another man, he's going to water. But it's the Lord that's going to get an increase. Peace to y'all in Jesus' name. Y'all have a blessed Sabbath. Thank you for your time.
Truth, Bob. Yeah. Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Line upon line, line upon line. Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Line upon line, make them understand doctrine. They say knowledge is power, so this book I devour, not physically but mentally. The way these words got into me, started sweet but once in me got bitter, so I spit it back. Preach the truth, the world spiritually drunk, sipping 80. I got the bread to life, he got a law. I'ma read your rights, ain't sugarcoat nothing. I open script and I'ma read it right. Study to show thyself approved, you got to read it right. Everyday hell, I'm just trying to show eternal life. I'm just trying to show eternal life. This burning all at midnight. Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Line upon line, line upon line. Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Who shall teach knowledge, make them understand doctrine? Line upon